Hello there, Mama. My name is Elise and I'm the founder of Flow with Elise. Thank you so much for being here to share this practice. So today, as part of our prenatal series, we have a practice focused on reducing stress and anxious feelings and tension during pregnancy, but you can also use these tools during labor and postpartum. And you can practice this during any point of your pregnancy, any trimester. So pregnancy is definitely a time for surrender, for going with the flow. There's a lot that occurs outside of our control. Our bodies change, we feel movements that we're not making, we can have uncomfortable feelings. It's just a whole range of things, positive and negative, but the common thread is there's a lot outside of our control. And this can be really, really hard for many of us because we're not really used to letting go of control. You know, at home, at work, in our day-to-day lives, we usually have a level of control over what things are happening. And that brings us a kind of level of security and comfort. So this class has two aims. The first is to practice surrendering to whatever is happening in the moment in our bodies, accepting whatever is happening and resisting the urge to control, but rather we breathe through it. And that brings me to the second one, which is practicing that one thing that we're always in control of throughout our life, throughout our pregnancy, throughout labor, and that's the breath. So no matter what is going on around us, we can control our physical and our psychological response to it through our breath. I implore you to please always listen to your body while you're practicing. So now is not a time for pushing or progress. It's a time for tuning in, listening, and giving your mind and your body what they need. So let's make a start. If you have them available, I recommend grabbing a pillow or a cushion, your yoga mat, and have a drink of water with you. And let's get surrendering. Okay, so we're going to begin in a nice comfortable seat of your choice. I do recommend, if you do have a pillow or a cushion or anything like that, just sitting on it, on the edge of it, especially if you've got tight hamstrings or hip flexors, can just help increase flexibility if they are quite tight and make it a little more comfortable for you. And now close down your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, just soften your gaze, perhaps look down towards your legs. Place your hands on your belly. And let's just begin breathing in and out through your nose. Connecting with baby, bringing all your focus and your attention to baby. This little baby who's moving with you through life, who'll be doing this practice with you. And with your focus here on your belly, I want you to try and, as you inhale, fill up your belly full of fresh air surrounding baby. Blowing it up like a balloon, and then as you exhale, releasing all that air back out. Inhaling again, drawing all of that fresh air down around baby. And exhaling it all back out, ready for some more fresh air. Continue like this. Filling up your belly on the inhale and releasing the air on the exhale. It can take a bit of practice getting used to breathing this way. It's what we call abdominal or diaphragmatic breathing. And that's a great way to instantly relax our bodies on a physical and a psychological level. And on the next inhale, as well as filling up your belly and surrounding your baby with fresh air, I want you to imagine you're inhaling love and sending it down, or maybe warmth. Whatever you want to send down to your baby, send that intention down with the breath. And perhaps as you exhale, you might like to exhale any tension in your body. Really using your breath to bring yourself into a calm, relaxed state. Beautiful. Now for the next 3 breaths, we're going to inhale through our nose, drawing the fresh air down around baby and whatever intention you've set. But when you exhale, I just want you to sigh it out. Sigh out anything that's not serving you right now. It may be tension, it may be stress, anything at all. We're going to do that 3 times. So inhale. And sigh it out. And again, inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. And once again, inhale deeply. And let it all go. Wonderful. Open your eyes slowly if it's quite light in your room. And we're going to continue with that beautiful deep breath, practicing on connecting it with the movement, which could be so helpful in labor as well, connecting that breath and movement. So this time as you inhale, just going to lift your hands up and overhead. And then as you exhale, bringing them back down to prayer at your chest. And then let's do that again. Inhale, arms out and up. Connect your hands and exhale, drawing them back down to the chest. And let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, now let's bring our right hand and place it down on the mat next to us. Left hand reaches up as you inhale. And as you exhale, drawing it over to the other side. Check that your top shoulder's coming back to keep your chest nice and open. And make sure you're getting a gentle stretch through the side, but not overstretching. Pregnancy is definitely a time to just enjoy the stretch. We don't need to push it. We don't need to go past what our body is asking for. Lovely. And on your next exhale, take it to the other side. So left hand on the mat, right hand up and overhead, and then coming over to the other side, drawing that top shoulder back. And on the next exhale, floating it back down. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to now come to cat-cow. So just move that cushion to the side of your mat. I'll try and squeeze in next to Charlie. So for cat-cow, we're going to place your wrists directly under your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, giving a nice sturdy base, and then knees are directly under your hips. As you inhale, just lower your belly slightly and look forward. Especially if you're experiencing round ligament pain, we really don't want to push this stretch. We just want a nice little comfortable stretch in the belly. We don't want to overdo it. Then I want you to draw your belly upwards and really shrug your shoulders, chin to chest, looking down towards your belly. This one you can go right into. You can really exaggerate this movement. It might feel quite nice as well. Press your knees and your hands into the mat to lift up. And let's try that again. So this is a bit gentle for cow. Just listen into your body and what it's telling you. A great practice throughout pregnancy and labour. And then drawing that belly up again, pushing into the mat, chin to chest, looking down towards your belly. Really getting a lovely stretch through your spine, especially up the top between your shoulders. Let's do that a couple more times, but moving with the breath. So as you lower your belly, inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, draw it back up, round through the spine. And one more time. Inhale, chest forward, look forward. Beautiful, gentle stretch. Exhale, belly to spine, chin to chest. And coming back to a neutral position. Now bring your right foot so your toes are tucked in and you're getting a lovely stretch through the calves. You may be experiencing some cramping through your calves or through your feet at this point. So it can be really nice to release it. Rocking forwards and backwards, taking the movement that you need, that your body's asking for. Surrender to your body. And let's take that to the other side. So tucking your left toes and taking the movement that you need. Practicing getting out of your head and thinking about it to listening to what your body is saying. Beautiful. Now walk your hands forward slightly. Check that your fingers are still spread nice and comfortably wide. Tuck both your toes this time and press back. And then lifting up into downward facing dogs. Now keep your knees really bent. Your feet can be a bit wider than usual if you do practice this. And what you really want to do is press into your hands really evenly through all of your hands, lifting your sit bones or your butt bones up towards the ceiling. And breathe here. Practice that surrender, breathing through whatever's happening, keeping the breath calm and controlled. Now look forwards towards your hand and lower your knees back down. We're going to bring our right foot up between our hands, come into a low lunge. Again here, I challenge you to listen to what your body needs and just take that movement. Are there any tight spots? Is it asking for you to rock side to side, forwards and back? Perhaps just stillness today. Practice listening into your body. And remember to keep that breathing slow and calm. Lovely. Now bring your body weight back and lift your toes, coming back into runner's lunge. You want to draw the hip of that right leg back so you get a really lovely stretch through that leg. It's fine to have your knee bent as much as you need here. What we would love is your hips to be in a straight line, so to be equal with the front of your mat. Great, then coming back into that lunge, just going to walk your hands around towards the front of your mat or towards your back bent knee. And you're going to pivot that knee and pivot that front leg, so your toes are pointing forwards and straight on that leg, and these toes are pointing directly backwards. Focus on pressing into the outside of that foot. We're just going to come up into gate pose. So taking your left hand onto your left leg, your right hand up and overhead. As you inhale, stretch up a little first, and then exhale to come over. You don't need a big movement here. Just getting, again, a gentle stretch through the side body. Chest open and strong legs here. As you exhale, bringing that right hand down to the mat and your left hand up and overhead. And breathing here. Awesome job. Now walking back around to that low lunge, pivoting those legs, you're going to come back. So make sure you're in alignment again, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's move through those cat-cows. As you inhale, gently lowering your belly, looking forward. Then exhale, coming into cat pose, rounded spine. And move with your breath at your own pace here. One more round here. And coming to a neutral spine. Let's take your left leg back, tucking the toes, and once again just moving or taking the stillness, whatever you need to stretch through your feet, your calves. Bringing that left leg back in and taking it to the other side. Beautiful. Now coming back to neutral, walking those hands forward slightly, tucking your toes and lifting back up into downward facing dog. Again, keep those knees bent. We don't want to overstretch while pregnant because we're actually more flexible than we usually are. There's a hormone relaxin, and that makes us more flexible, which helps us open up to let baby out. But it means we're more flexible everywhere. It just doesn't work in the pelvic area, it works everywhere. So you just have to be a bit mindful to take it easy, to really listen to your body and to move gently. Okay, lowering your knees back down and then stepping your left leg up towards the front of your mat. Once again, do what feels good for you here. This practice of listening to your body, it's not something we do often. The mat is a really great place to practice this. Now shift your body weight back once again, walking those hands back. Taking your left hip and just pulling it back so your hips are in alignment here. Knee can be bent as much as you need. And breathe here. Lovely. Coming back forwards into that low lunge, and then walking your hands to the long edge of your mat, pivoting both feet, checking that your right toes are pointing forwards and your left toes are pointing directly backwards, pressing into the outside of your foot and gently, slowly coming up into gate pose. Once again, taking your right hand to your right foot, lifting your left hand up and then stretching over, making sure that top shoulder is drawing back to keep the chest open. Legs are strong, supporting you here. And on your next exhale, bringing that left hand down to the mat, right hand up and overhead. Breathing into your side body, sending breath there. Amazing. So this time, walking your hands back through and just bringing that leg in. We're going to come down to Cobbler's pose. So bringing the soles of your feet to touch. Bring them out. If you usually have them in when you do this, bring them out a little bit wider. Give your belly lots of space, a big diamond here to fit into. And once again, we're going to practice that slow, easy, gentle breathing as we move through. So we're going to do some hip rotations here. So as you inhale, moving to one side of your body, and then exhale as you come back around. Going nice and slow, taking your time here. Inhaling and exhaling. And taking it to the other side. So inhale, move to the opposite side. And then exhale to come back around. Great, and once you finish that one, coming back to the middle, I'm just going to place your hands behind you now and just pressing your chest up to the ceiling, looking up to the ceiling if that's comfortable. Drawing those shoulder blades back down together. Breathing deeply. No matter what's happening, what you're doing, you can always slow down that breath. And that is your superpower. Know that's always available to you. Great, now walk your hands forwards again. And you can come as far as you need here. You might even like to sit back on that cushion, which again just gives you that bit of extra flexibility. And we're just going to surrender forward. So sitting up nice and tall, and then just coming down as far as feels good for you. So it might just be a tiny bit here. You could be a bit further, whatever works for your body. There's no competition with this. And practice surrendering. Just breathing and accepting whatever sensations are arising. And when you're ready, walking your hands back up. We're just going to finish in a nice Savasana. So from the second trimester onwards, it's not recommended to lay on your back. So coming down onto your left side, if that's comfortable. If not, continue to just sit. You might like to place that cushion under your head or between your legs to make yourself more comfortable. Just gently coming down. You might like to place a hand back on your belly again. And just practicing that abdominal breathing again as you inhale, surrounding your baby with air. And as you exhale, letting it all go. That visualization of the breath moving down to the baby can just really help you get into the habit of abdominal breathing. If it's not something you're used to, it can take a bit of practice. But I really encourage you to practice it as often as you can. Because then this becomes an amazing tool that you can turn to anytime you need, anytime of stress or anxiety or pain, anytime you need, that is something that you can do to relax. And this type of breathing has been shown to move your body from a stress response to relaxation. And when your body's there, it can digest better, your immune system works better, your body can heal better, and you feel more relaxed at a mental and a physical level. So I'm now going to leave you for the next couple of minutes. You can release that abdominal breathing now and just relax. Perhaps take this time to once again connect with Bubs. And take the downtime you need. Just begin deepening your breath again, coming back into your body, bringing awareness back into the room. I like to wiggle your fingers and your toes, just getting a bit of slow movement back in. And I really want you to focus on moving slowly and intentionally here. Placing your hands both on the ground and pressing yourself up carefully, using your hands to sit up. Back into that nice, comfortable seat. Opening your eyes when you're ready. And as I said, that abdominal breathing, I encourage you to practice it as much as you can, a few times a day if possible, even for a minute or two. because then you have something that you can turn to, and your body knows really well that you can just instantly relax, and it can help you surrender to whatever's happening at that time. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you found the practice beneficial. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. I will have lots more like this. You can also join the community over at Instagram at Flow with Elise, and there's a website, flowwithelise.com, as well. Thank you once again, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again soon.